He also, I would catch like conversations with him and his friends. They would be entertaining other women. He utilized this app called, I'm not gonna say the app on here, but it was a going live app, right? And I would catch him talking to other women with his friends. Y'all so beautiful. Y'all so this, that, and the third. Like, I'm talking about he's a serial cheater. He's manipulative. He utilizes reactive abuse. Like he'll do something, he'll say the most slickest thing in the world. He won't stop. He'll come at you as nasty as he can. I would be like, I don't even want to talk anymore. Leave me alone. I could talk to you when I'm later. He'll say like the most meanest, degrading things he would say to you. And I mean like he loved by me. I was a young girl who I got picked up, moved out of my home state, away from my family, up into Brooklyn, moved in with him. He was fine. He was good. We were fine. And then he just switched into this freaking monster. At that point, I'm dependent on you. I'm living with you. I'm completely in love with you. I was friends with you for years. You were like my best friend. And then he turned into this freaking beast. And at that point, it's hard to get your heart back. It's hard to figure out how to restabilize yourself and leave because he's abusing all of the finances. I was severely manipulated. I was suffering from cognitive dissonance. Like so much so, like I was working in a job and I would be counting the counting the money and I would be like counting it like one, two, three, four, and I would like lose count and have to count it again, count it again, count it. Like I was suffering from cognitive dissonance so bad because I'm like, I know you're cheating, but I couldn't prove that he was cheating. And I was still young enough to believe that you don't leave a man unless you know he's cheating for sure. Like I don't know. Like I'm seeing things that are inappropriate, but it's not fully inappropriate. It's like trying to justify it because I can't believe you went from being my best friend I can call at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm going through a breakup. You went from being the person who will help me get my license. You went from being the person who was like with me every day. You loved me so freaking much to being the biggest freaking monster I've ever been with in my life. Like I said, he cheated on me. I never cheated on him. What I did do, I got fed up with him and I broke up with him. When I broke up with him, I did go out and sleep with another person because he was not sleeping with me, evidently because he was sleeping with someone else. When your dog starts barking, it's because somebody else is feeding, and I was catching the conversations from the other girl too. So I broke up with him, I left, and I slept with somebody else. Never slept with him while I was together with him. I broke up with him. I never slept with somebody else behind his back. I never cheated on him. He did that to me. He had another coworker who had in my face, oh, I want you to be friends with her. You know, you can help her out. Whole time messing with this girl behind my back. She got transferred to another job, did the same thing with another dude, and the dude's girlfriend ended up beating her up for the same freaking reason. It was like she got karma. It was like she got freaking karma. I pulled up one day driving home from work and I could have sworn it was this girl. I pulled up to the house and like she just left. And instead of going after the girl, I went in the house with him and I said, I just seen the girl walking down the street. He was like, oh, no, you don't. That's wild. That's crazy she was over here. What other reason would this girl who lives on the other side of Brooklyn have to do with being by my house? But I was not going to be the type of girl who throws my freedom away because of some other chick. Again, a situation that I couldn't confirm or deny because she was just in the neighborhood. That's what he said. He will always omit the truth. This man is a master manipulator, a master liar. I'm just so furious because of how much trauma, torture, how many things I went through in that relationship, after that relationship. When I left him, I was homeless. I was homeless. I had nowhere to go. I struggled so bad when I left him, and I didn't use anybody. I refused to have sex. I became celibate. That's when I took this. You can want if you go back through my TikTok, you see my journey. I wouldn't sleep with anybody for money. I wouldn't sleep with a guy or try to push up with another guy in order to have a place to stay. I just went on a journey with God because I'm like, it's a lack of self love that led me here. I too was abused in my childhood. If you just go back through my TikTok videos, you'll see my journey. I've been through so much because of this person. And to have a whole bunch of people believe him and to come up against me for him, he's lying. I refuse to let anything happen to me without my story being heard. I left him alone. The girl who he was with from the past, who started messing with him again when I was still with him, I let her have him. I left these people alone. I moved out and I left. I left. I chose the hard route. I chose the hard way and I got myself back into a house. I got myself back into a job, and it's like he was like, I wish you would make it again. Like he wanted me to leave and be homeless forever and never get up again. This person is so sick and sadistic, stalking my social media and fake accounts, had other people cut. Like this situation has been so horrific. I don't know how any person can watch this and watch these things and know this person and be on their side. Like I voiced in my last video, I helped him with everything. I helped him get health insurance. I took him on his first flight. I helped him go to the dentist for the first time in over 10 years. I taught this nigga his odds and evens. He didn't even, he was so neglected as a child, as an adult when I got, he was almost 40 years old when I got with him. He didn't even know how to count his odds and evens. I taught him, no making fun of him, no nothing. I would randomly come to him like, what are your even numbers? Like he, like not like he was a child, but like being compassionate with him because he shared a vulnerability with me and I was helping him with. He didn't even know how to properly wash himself. He didn't know how to properly wash his body. So going over different soaps, buying different soaps, even like he would wash me, I would wash him, helping him with that. Like if you know how many things that I shouldn't have put up with, how many things I shouldn't have helped, most women would have just judged him and would have left him. I never even told anybody these things because of how embarrassing they would be to him. After everything he did to me, I still had a level of respect because I said to myself, if I sit up here and I talk bad about him, that's a reflection of me because I was with him. And there's a part of me that once loved him. In order to respect that part of me, I'm gonna leave this situation on. I'm gonna move forward. I don't care how hard it is. If I got us to where we were when I left, which is a beautiful apartment, 2 cars in the household, we were doing fine. If I got us there, because he didn't get us there, he sabotaged every single thing, spending up all of the money, destroying the house, every aspect or every single area that he could destroy, he destroyed. I said to myself, if I could get there one time, I can get there again. And I did. I got into my own apartment. I got into teaching again. I got into modeling. And it's like him and whomever he was working with destroyed that. Like he's narcissistic. Like it's like he literally, and then tried to take my life and tried to kill me. This doesn't make any sense. How could anybody have helped him in this? How could you have seen what was happening to me and believe that he was the victim in this? I was homeless on the streets, struggling to eat, struggling to make ends meet, struggling to find somewhere to stay. How could you have listened to him and believed him? Like all of y'all who helped him deserves to get whatever comes to y'all. I never even exposed him for the things he did to me. I never even exposed the part. I could have sat up here and shitted on him. Literally, could have told everything about him that was trash, and I didn't. I left, and when I left him in a much better predicament. The reason he wasn't living in that apartment by himself in Brooklyn was because he didn't know how to take care of himself. I left him. When I left him, I had a budget written out on a wall that I followed every month. He had all of that. All of my appliances he was left with. The bed I put in, all of the stuff I paid for, he was left with. He had everything he needed to survive and make it again. But what did you choose to do instead? You chose to come after me and attack me. It's like one of those, it's like a narcissist and like I was a supply. Like he just felt so entitled to me, so entitled to my life. You are not entitled to. I'm pretty sure you got a burner account that watching my videos because I started exposing him. I'm not gonna let nobody kill me, take my life from me, take my freedom from me, nothing from me without my story being heard. There will be something left behind for God to fight for me with. Or I trust God enough to be able to protect me. He brought me this far. God will not bring you this far just to bring you this far. I stand 10 toes on who I am. And this is why I go so hard to help. This is why all of my videos were about helping people that went through abuse, helping people who went through domestic violence, helping people who went through the same thing as me. And I left him with grace because I understand that the abusive person you was, if you study psychology, you understand that that most likely came from him being abused by his mom as a kid. So I'm not going to do the same thing as somebody else, but I realized I was being too humble. But you know, God has a perfect timing. God led my life, and I understand why he waited. Because everybody around him needs to see that you're dealing with a monster. He was my best friend too. He was an awesome person to me too. I thought he was amazing too. Until you really see who that monster truly is. Just the things he was capable of. Just what he has been capable of doing to me. What type of good person could do that? I trust God that God is going to send the right people to defend me. I've been on my own. I fought to get back to where I am. If I walk around my apartment right now, I only, and it's so funny because it's like God replaced everything I left. I only have a TV stand, a TV, and a bed again. My house is empty because I'm responsible and I make sure I take care of my responsibilities before I try to deck my house out. I'm a good woman. I refuse to let something like this happen